When we talk about content, the only thing that comes to our mind is writing. You have started with writing and has ended up gone to various diverse roles. There will be no other better person, who can tell us about the fact that content is not just limited to writing, and there's so much to content, right? So please take
Yeah.
it up from here.
Yeah, I think we can just directly jump to the question. But yes, I think you're absolutely right. I think this has been going on for the longest time possible. Every time someone even mentions the word content, your mind just automatically takes you to the written world, and that freaks out a lot of people because not everybody wants to be a writer and not everybody thinks they can be a good writer, right? Which I disagree, but I think that's a different topic altogether. But I also blame Google for that because even today, if you Google the different fields of content, the first few pages itself would comprise only of writing, which is exactly why such sessions are really required so that everybody gets enlightened and they understand that content and writing are two separate components. Content does not equal to writing. It's
Exactly.
content is basically, you have to be for that, we have to first understand what is content. Content is not writing, it's a medium of expression, right? It's the information or the experiences that we want to share with the world. Now that can be done in any way possible, right? It can be done through articles, through art, through music, through videos, through audios, and that's why we have podcasts for that. So all of these are done for different purposes. It can be done for self-expression, for teaching and educating others, for spreading an important message, or just creating like a healthy space for discussions and debates. Anything. So even right now, what we're doing is actually creating content, right?
Right.
So I really think that content is everything and anything that we do, share, or even think about. Even the people who are actually watching this video right now, even their mind is constantly creating content, right? And even when we sleep, we're creating content, and that's why we get dreams.
That's
So
the
the
major
field of
that's the major time when the content comes up.
exactly, the best content actually
Yeah.
comes when you're sleeping. I completely agree. I actually wake up like in the middle of the night. I have this notepad, and then at 2 or 3 a.m., my mom will say, "What are you writing in your notepad?" I'm like, "No, I just got this really brilliant idea, and I can't forget about it." So I do that. So the field of content, in metaphorical sense, is absolutely limitless. I would say, So this misconception has to be given away with. Content is not writing.
Right.
I think once people understand that, they would actually be really open-minded and exploring this field, which it deserves. So
if you can break it down for all of us, like you very rightly did put forward this point that it's not just writing, right? So
yeah.
if we were to ask you what are the very trending careers in content, if like current trends, so what could
Yeah.
they be if you could just list them down and maybe break it for all of us?
So now, if you were the kind of kid who is really good at, writing very lengthy answers, or the kid who always took like those extra sheets after, during their exams, and all their friends would be just like, "Oh my God, can you stop writing? What are you writing?" Right? So for those people, I would say content writing would be the most perfect field because somebody who can come up with really meaningful content and very relevant content on the spot at such a young age, I think you guys can do it forever. So that for me is content writing. Then if you were the kind of kid who spent more time in libraries than classrooms and probably read more novels than textbooks before exams, I think for you, editing and publishing would be the perfect word because that would actually allow you to be around novels and magazines all the time. And these people have always these would be the perfectionists basically, who always wanted their essays and their sentences perfectly structured with
and and,
no
and
errors.
grammar Nazis as well,
Grammar
basically.
Nazis, yeah. So for them, I think editing and publishing would be the industry to go forward with. Now, if you were the kind of kid who was really good at coming up excuses, whenever you were caught cheating or bunking, I don't know if I should be saying this.
I will be
But
one
there
of
were always
them.
those
Yeah.
yeah, like really naughty kids, who knew exactly what to say to, convince their teachers at the right point. For them, content marketing would be the word because that field really, requires you to think very quickly on your feet and be very clever, very creative, and very convincing in what you have to deliver to your clients.
Okay.
So for them, content marketing and advertising would be the field. So now coming to content strategy. Now, if you were the kind of kid who was really good at working in group projects, so in every group project there was this one mastermind who did everything, right? They would be the ones who would plan everything, who would allocate tasks, and before other people could even comprehend what's going to happen, they would be like, okay, done. I've done everything. All you have to do is do this, do that, do this. So for those people, I think content strategy is the best field, because in content strategy, you have to understand how you find solutions for various businesses, but in a very creative and logical manner. And in that sense, you have to do everything, like right from brainstorming in ideas to understanding different perspectives to executing the entire process. So your planning and managerial skills will definitely come handy. So for those people who are very good at this, who have a very goal and solution oriented nature, for them content strategy would be the best field, according to me. Then, if you were the kid who always thought a little out of the box and was very creative, and that one kid who always came up with the funniest of comebacks in classes, right? Just to grab everyone's attention. For them, I would say social media content would be the best place to be with, because you would know exactly what idea would work for your target audience and in what ways. So whether that's like a post at 2 a.m. in the night, or maybe a video meme in the middle of the day, just to crack everyone up. I think that would be the perfect thing for those people, because that helps you really understand your creative nature and also hone your skills as a people person, basically, I would say. So that's social media. Then, if you were the kind of kid who really loved making your own notes and always did a little more research than required outside the classroom, especially if you loved Google, there were always some kids in my class who would annoyingly Google everything. They would not rely on the textbooks like reading or the teachers. They would be like, no, I'm going to do my own research because I trust my instinct the best. So for them, SEO would be the career, because in that sense, their research skills would always be used in the best ways possible, and they will never get bored, because every day you have something new to work on. Every day you'll have to do a lot of research. You'll have to integrate ways that it can reach people, and what kind of people and why. You'll have to do a lot of thinking. So for those people, I think SEO would be the best field. Kind of kid who never studied throughout the year, but like in the last 5-4 days, you would just be like, oh, now I'm gonna start studying, and now I know exactly what to study, what not to study. They would be like very okay, I'm not going to call myself brainy, but like very clever in the sense that, they knew exactly what to highlight and what not to, waste your time studying, basically. So for these people, content moderation would be the best field, because they would have exact skills to distinguish right from wrong, and what's best and what's not worthy enough to be featured or to get engagement on the platform. So for content moderation, you need to understand what works and what not works. You have to trust your own judgment in that sense. So these people who actually did all of this, in schooling, I think for you content moderation will be very, very easy. So yeah, that's basically the point. So content moderation basically comes handy on short video platforms, when there are like millions of posts and there are millions of users who are posting continuously about different things, altogether. So you know exactly what to feature and what not to feature, right? And by feature, I mean what you want the audience to first see when they open the app. It's a proper algorithm that you have to set. You have to understand, okay, this is the kind of post that if a new user comes on this app and this is the first video that they see, I know they're going to stick to this app for the longer time. Otherwise, if you ever open an app, it must have happened with you also. Whenever you open a new app and you suddenly see like really boring content, right? And you're like, what is this? I don't like this app. So suddenly you uninstall, right? Instantly. So content moderators make sure that doesn't happen. That's their job. So content moderation is for that. Then coming lastly to content operations. Now this is not me, but I currently do that. I don't know why. So if you were that all-rounder student, who's probably good at everything from extracurriculars to doing exceptionally well in exams, those were those perfectionists, I would say. Like you would always wonder when you see them, you'd be like, well, how are you managing so many things? I can't even manage doing my homework on time, So these people were the multitaskers, who excelled at time management, who always worked alongside the teachers, who handled school events. So for those people, content operations would be the perfect field to actually explore, because it allows you to handle a mix of responsibilities, from overlooking the creation of content to engaging with content creators, handling the entire execution process, to working on different software simultaneously, so you'd always have an array of functions to perform, I would say. So it would always keep you on your toes, and it would always keep you entertained, I would say.